So Facebook let you guys back on Facebook, and Charlie Cook gave you the right to give you free speech. And yes, you do have free speech. You do have freedom to speak out, and you have the freedom to activist with free speech. However, it does not give you the right to spread false information, um, hateful speech, and containing that you could spread violence. And yes, I do mean violence. Your rhetoric on Facebook, Twitter, Twitter, um, and truth I've seen could spread hate and violence. The left does have it, but we started it decades ago, centuries ago, because we were uneducated about these races. I wasn't. Fortunately for me, I had great parents who were real Christian conservatives who loved thy neighbor. And you guys, you probably lived in a sheltered life, homeschooled parents that who went hardcore Christians, hardcore churchgoers, who didn't exactly get out of their own bubble. They didn't get their own education. And this is why some parts of today's education needs to stay. Because when I was a kid, I learned about these different cultures and sex ed in schools because I grew up in New York. And it didn't help me. I actually gained friends who are gay, gained people who are black, Hispanic, and a few others, and they were good people. I admit, it was good people and the right these cultures when I was growing up. Today, the far left went too far left, but does not mean they cannot have their culture everywhere. You guys are really being ridiculous and call for banning all these cultures um, being shown everywhere. However, yes, pandemic brought out, but it's been around forever. Target, Walmart, and these stores had these culture products for years in front of the store, in the kids section everywhere else, and even the malls. And you just started seeing it during the pandemic? Are you fucking kidding me? I don't believe your bullshit. Because if that was in the stores in forever, why didn't you argue it before Trump was president and before the pandemic? Huh? Think about that. And your languages, how you talk about these cultures, like bis and gays and transsexuals, genders, uh, mentally ill, that is hate speech. That's false information. This is what creates violence. Your hate speech. If you are taught in a church that teaches that, and gay marriage is bad, you're grown up to hate. And that's exactly what you guys are doing, especially on Fox News. Fox News is the worst of them all. They, I don't, and I really don't understand how these LGBT non-Q people are still on Fox News and listen to this bullshit because they do not speak for all of us. All of us, some people like me, and most people on the Independent Party, and even the Democrats still. And I do agree with the Democrats and on the culture issues because This is why the Republicans are losing elections, and this is probably why the Tennessee women pathway will win. It's because Fox News and other networks are refusing to go to social conservative issues, compassionate issues that most Americans are there for. And this is why Trump won. He had all these cultures in his party, and he believes he believes in these cultures too, and it's fun with people, gays, bis, and transgenders, and he doesn't care. We don't care. It's just the alt-right and so-called Christian conservatives with the hate speech. Stop being in your bubble of the middle of the country and go in the coastal states, and you will learn something about your language and your staring. It's like how we are staring at the Muslims when the Gog that even though it's hate stares and bitter stares, it's not racism, Zawan Mandami, but it's just we don't trust them and we don't have um faith in them anymore to being good. That's the looks you give the LGBT people, LGBT people. This is why nobody voted for Republicans before Trump. You guys, your hate and your church believing and your church teaching are the reasons why Republicans lose. You guys all about the capitalism and conservative spending and business and jobs. However, you forgot about what God and Jesus would have wanted. And your rhetoric about LGBT community, that's not what Christ wanted. And that's not what Charlie preached. So enough with the hate with the LGBT community. And with the false narrative about COVID, um, science education, and all these things that you did not go to school with to, and some of you guys admit you went to hard knocks education. You are not taught how to cure and heal from injury or illness. Dr. Fauci did. You guys are no experts in illnesses and injuries like COVID and flu and things. I met I don't get the flu shot only because I got the flu every time I got the flu shot. COVID, yeah, 3 shots enough for me. But you don't need to bitch about being unvaccinated um, to everybody. Not everybody's uneducated and not dumb as you guys, because you guys need to understand there's other factors than the vaccines that could do harm and damage your kid or yourself. You need to look at other factors because there is other factors causing these injuries and illnesses. And also about sex ed, I had sex ed when I was a kid, and it didn't harm me. I actually learned a lot from sex ed, a lot more than my parents did, and of course being abused and raped almost every day also taught me a lot. So stop with the sex ed and educated stuff because this alt right and church Bible clenching needs to stop because that's hate too. Uh, Immigration, I do agree with all of you guys about immigration and illegals, but some of it needs to stop because starting to get really too much. Anyway, all this is on Facebook again. This is why you guys got kicked off Facebook. Your hate speech, your false information is harming our society. And yes, the leftist does have this hate speech and stuff, and this Roderick, but it's the right who started by bitching about you guys, bitching about them guys, and hating on them guys. What would Charlie Cook and Jesus say about your hate speech and your Roderick? They will not be happy with your Roderick because does lead to violence, and you guys need an education and wake up to the facts of this truth.